I think in some ways though, and this might vary from country to country, it's almost as interesting to explore why people don't go freelance. My experience of doing that transition was in a job where I had a 2-month notice to serve.
Yeah.
So I had to announce I wanted to leave, and I had to wait 2 months before I could leave. That was quite scary, at least in my sort of area or niche. The ability to get a contract or a freelance gig 2 months ahead of time is nigh on impossible. You need to be there ready to start within a week, maybe 2 weeks. At most, they'll hold on for 2 weeks. But the nature of the freelance market is it's quick. The point of getting a freelancer in is you can get them there and then, ready to go. They'll hit the ground running. You're not waiting 2 months for a freelancer. You can get a permanent person for that. Or the project will be over or whatever. You know, you don't plan for freelancers. They're an ad hoc expense, I guess, but, you know, requirements. I think a lot of people don't go into freelancing, contracting, whatever you like, because the actual initial step is quite scary. You don't know. You're going to have to serve notice in some company. And more people are on 3-month notice periods now. This has become really common, which makes it even more scary in many respects. So you've got to sit out that notice period, not knowing if you're going to have any money by the end of it, never having experienced getting a contract or a freelance gig. And it's probably even harder if you need multiple freelance gigs. It's a bit easier if you're transitioning into a full-time contract somewhere else.
Yeah.
That is probably the thing that holds most people back, followed by being intimidated at the prospect of having to manage their own taxes, especially in European countries or the UK, potentially less so the US because of how they do taxes as employees anyway. But the HMRC can be quite a scary prospect, especially all the legislation they have, things like IR35, which, to be honest, people blow up way more than they need to. It scares off people way more than it should. I think that once you get a taste for freelancing, being a contractor, you'll never look back. Or if you do, it will have to be an insane offer.